Hey there everybody, Godzilla here. Today I have my next Godzilla figure review, and I have here the Bandai 6-inch SpaceGodzilla. I almost said Destroyer. SpaceGodzilla, and this is the Movie Monster series reissue. Here's his tag. I really need to start showing the tag more. I failed to do that on some of my earlier reviews, but I was sure to include it in the thumbnail. So here's, it's the one with the pink borders, a picture of SpaceGodzilla. There's a bunch of stuff I can't read. SpaceGodzilla again. There's silhouette of Godzilla. So there's a tag. This figure, I have to be honest, I don't really like it very much. And just so you know, the mistakes on this are so obvious that you can probably watch any other review and you wouldn't hear anything less than what I'm going to tell you. So I guess I'll just dig right into it. Let's start off with the detail and paint job. The paint job on his body, it's okay. It's really not bad. It's not a problem with this figure. The detail in his chest area, it's pretty good actually. Here, his legs and his tail and the back of his body are the only places he has skin texture. They're actually, it's pretty small scale things, if that's what you want to call them. I don't really know how to judge this figure off that. Maybe it helps you to know that, though. Paint job on the shoulder things, his shoulder crystals, that's it. It's okay. If we come here and look at the tag, the black came up and it wasn't, I don't know, it'd have been cool if they could have taken these little things jetting out and painted them black. That'd have made it look cool, I think, kind of like they did in the movie. But it's not too bad. The head, he has a golden crown thing. His mouth looks really stupid, I guess. I mean, just take a minute to look at that. Doesn't look much like a SpaceGodzilla I'd want to run into in a dark alley. It's a little creepy. Oh well. His tongue is very red. That's okay. Golden eyes, just like the Heisei Godzilla. So, paint job, it's okay until we turn it around. That's when it starts to get ugly. The paint job in here, it's okay, you know, the white skin around the spines makes it look cool. But that looks like he's wearing a turtleneck. Really? Look at that. That's an awful transition. And it doesn't help that there's this little thing back there. You can kind of see it doesn't let the head sit flat. See, no matter how I push, there's still a thing there. So, if they could have just fixed the paint back here, made it fade away somehow, or maybe let it continue on to the head but fade away up here, it'd have been okay. But then again, he also has black spine things. So, this right here, that's a big problem. SpaceGodzilla did not wear a turtleneck. Anyway, His spines are all crooked and stuff. It doesn't really look right, especially the big one here. It's all to the side. If we get a look at SpaceGodzilla, his are all for the most part straight. SpaceGodzilla's are not. And that is a problem. And there is the infamous gap. It looks like they glued the bodies together here, around the middle. Follow that line. Maybe that's why there's a gap right here, exposing it. What the heck? Oh, that does not look good at all. Earlier I said he was wearing a turtleneck. I have no clue what to compare this to. I hate that gap. So, yeah. You can kind of see why I don't really like this figure too much. His tail was really long. I guess that's movie accurate. So I'm not really gonna complain about that. If we look at the tag, if you look closely, his tail comes all the way up here. So his tail's gonna have to be pretty long. So that's about all I can say for detail and paint job. Detail, it's okay, nothing special. The paint job, oh, and the detail is okay, except for that. And that. Right in there. But, as you saw, it looks okay until you turn it around, and then it gets ugly. And also the head. So, I'll go ahead and move on to articulation. He moves 360 in the head. At least it's something he does. He moves 360 in the tail. I recall seeing in an earlier review, I think it was Ultraman Kronos, he said you can make him fly like that. I don't know. At least it's a little convincing. He's not going to fly like this. He moves all the way around in the arms. Of course not 360 because his legs get in the way. And that leads me into my next big complaint. His legs don't move. Why? So, I mean, if the legs don't move, you really can't do anything with him. You can grrr, but you can't make him walk or anything. He just stands there. Why couldn't they have articulated the legs? It's not that hard. Is he too fat? And look at that. Those fat legs. He's fat. He was fat in the movie, I guess, but that's no reason not to make him articulated. And also it is very soft vinyl. So, yeah. Also back here for the paint job, I wish they could have painted this white, the very end of his tail. It doesn't look right, just, skin color. Looks like they did a little bit, but barely. Yeah. So, the only good thing about this is the detail in the front, but you can get that in the Bandai Creation figure and most of the other Bandai SpaceGodzilla figures. But they all still have a gap, and none of their legs move. So really, it's becoming hard to find a good SpaceGodzilla out there. Maybe try the SH Monster Arts one. It's a little sad because, just like King Ghidorah, for the longest time, I only had the Trendmasters one, which was this tall. And then I got the Bandai 6-inch one, and it kind of let me down. King Ghidorah was good, but this kind of let me down. So, just to recap, legs don't move, face is a little too clownish, black spines up here, head doesn't fit too well on there, horrible transition from head to back, the gap, yeah, I can't believe I had to think about that, and yeah, that's about it. Well, and the seam, but that's on almost every Godzilla figure. So, I'll go ahead and do a size comparison. First, here's with Heisei Godzilla. That's another thing bad about this figure. He is the exact same size as Heisei Godzilla. It could work if you wanted to look at it from the perspective of, sorry, my phone's ringing. It could work if you wanted, you know, them to be like evil twins. But in reality, Godzilla is 100 meters. Space Godzilla is 120 meters, so he should be up here. Just saying. That's a big difference. So, not to scale. I'm just noticing the heads on these two look kind of similar, except Godzilla's cooler. Yep. Anyway, here is G-Force Mogera. He is my next review, by the way, hopefully tomorrow. Mogera was 120 meters, just like Space Godzilla, so I'm happy to say, for the first time in a long time, two of my figures are to scale. Yes! But that, of course, means that Mogera isn't to scale with Godzilla. Just can't get it completely right. There's always going to be something. So, I've done this a bit before, but I'll go ahead and do it again. Recap. Weird face. Legs don't move. The gap. The transition. The crease in the head. Yeah. And not to scale with, like, the main character of the franchise. That's a little sad. So, there are just too many obvious flaws with this. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. Only thing keeping it from being lower was this area right here, which I'm not even sure was movie accurate. But, I don't know. It's just not very good. So, that'll wrap it up. Space Godzilla gets a 2 out of 5. Thanks for watching. I'll be coming out with a video tomorrow, hopefully, if not as soon as possible. So stay tuned for that, and so yeah, so I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe. It would help me develop the channel and motivate me to make more videos. Hopefully I'll be able to do stuff once I run out of figures to review, if I know enough of you are watching. So, yep, that's gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching.